Algarve, a region that feels almost mystical with its sun-kissed coastline, dramatic cliffs, and hidden gems. In this video, we are demystifying southern Portugal for you. Join us as we share our 5-day itinerary packed with must-visit spots and travel tips to help you plan the perfect Algarve adventure. Okay, so this is our day 4 in Portugal and now we are driving to Algarve.
We got a car from Europcar. They have been very helpful, friendly, very responsive. So that's something which I liked about this company.
Today is Christmas, so everything's almost shut. That's why we decided to drive today and just go to the beaches and do things which do not require, ticket process and do not require us to go somewhere inside.
So for the next leg of our journey, we're going from Lisbon to Algarve, which is 3 or 4 hours from Lisbon. Highly recommend to take a car and drive down because of the scenic views, and also it's just more friendlier to drive along those areas.
We're going to go to Sagres, we're going to go to Aljezur, and there are a couple of beaches nearby that we are going to check out while we are driving. Our first stop was Scenic, a historical coastal town known for its beautiful beaches and stunning views. Scenic is also the birthplace of Vasco da Gama, so you'll find a lovely mix of history and seaside charm here. We stopped here for about 30 minutes to soak in the sun before heading out to our next destination. So we are here at Amarera Beach and it is absolutely gorgeous. Cannot believe something could be as beautiful as this. And as you can see, the views behind me, absolutely insane. I'm actually looking forward to watching the sunset from Sagres because basically it is said that it looks like the end of the world. I've heard it's beautiful, so the only way to check out whether it's beautiful is to see it for ourselves. Sagres has long been associated with maritime exploration. It was here near the Sagres lighthouse that Prince Henry the Navigator is said to have established a school of navigation during the Age of Discovery. As we watched the sun dip below the horizon, casting golden hues across the ocean, it felt like stepping back to a place where explorers once gazed out at the unknown.
Alright guys, we are now in Sagres, the southwesternmost point of Europe.
The view from the cliff that we are at is phenomenal. Portuguese used to believe this was the end of the world, as in this was everything that the world had to offer and there was nothing beyond it. Finally, we ended the day in Carvoeiro with comfort food and checked into a resort and called it a night. So yesterday we arrived really late, so we could not really explore the property. Today in the morning when we went for breakfast, we were just blown away by the views that this resort has to offer. So the resort has its own private beach. We saw the sunrise, it was amazing, and the breakfast was amazing. I, as a vegetarian, really enjoyed the breakfast. There were plenty of options to choose from. Overall, this resort has been incredible so far. The room is quite spacious, the bathroom is quite spacious, and it is very well maintained. So if you have a car and you want to stay somewhere more spacious with more facilities, definitely do consider this resort. We are gonna link it in our captions. Lagos was a 40-minute drive from a resort. Once we parked, it took us about 10 minutes to walk to the old town. And even that walk was so charming. We passed beautiful houses, traditional Portuguese styles, and cobbled streets. Lagos has a fascinating history. It was a key center during the Age of Discovery, with explorers setting sail from its port. It also played a significant role in maritime trade, and its slave market was one of Europe's first, reflecting its complex past. What we loved most was the old town charm, the relaxed vibe, and the unique souvenir shops. We even picked up a plate grater, a fun find that felt unique to Lagos.
I am just blown away by the tuna steak over here. It's so good. And look at those chips. Like, I don't think I've had such amazing chips ever before. So if you're in Lagos, you definitely have to come to this restaurant, Casa de Prego.
So I had the vegetarian version, and there were aubergines, courgettes, there's goat cheese, and honestly, best meal that I've had in Portugal so far. After our meal, we headed to Praia Dona, one of the most beautiful beaches of Portugal. Praia Dona is famous for its golden cliffs that contrast beautifully with the turquoise waters, earning it the title of the Jewel of Lagos. These cliffs are a part of ancient limestone formations shaped by centuries of wind and waves. Gorgeous. It's just super windy. We actually had plans to, get a bikini, swimsuit, and chill on the beach, read a good book, but definitely that's not happening. In fact, I got this jacket on myself because it is so windy. So of course, during the winters, if you're coming to Portugal, and especially the Algarve region, it's not that hot. Even if it's 18 degrees, 19 degrees, it's actually super windy to sit on the beach and enjoy the sun. For sunset, we drove to Ponta da Piedade, just a 15-minute drive away. Famous for its golden cliffs, intricate rock formations, and crystal clear waters, this stunning spot has a rich history tied to Portugal's maritime past. The name Ponta da Piedade translates to Point of Pity, believed to reference the sea tragedies that occurred in the area. The cliffs themselves were formed millions of years ago through erosion, just like the other cliffs that we saw before. If you have time, exploring these hidden gems by boat or kayak is a must during summers. But don't miss the magical sunset from the cliffs. When the sun dips below the horizon, the sky lights up in vibrant shades of orange and pink, offering a serene and romantic experience. We ended our day with a 3-course meal at Culinarium in Carvoeiro. The food was okay, and you can probably find better restaurants around. Nevertheless, it was a great experience. So now we are headed to Marina Beach. It's about 9 minutes away from our resort. We actually started a bit late today because we really wanted to relax and take it slow in the morning. So far we've had really rushed mornings almost every day, but today was really chill. We really took our time to have breakfast. We went to the resort beach, or should I say the personal cliffs of the resort. It was so pretty. We just spent some time there. And yeah, now we're ready to do this hike. Apparently one way of this hike is about 2 hours. We started our trek from Marina Beach, where there was parking available, but I imagine it fills up quickly during the peak summer season. The hike is about 6 kilometers one way. The Seven Hanging Valleys Trail is renowned for its stunning coastal views and is considered one of the best coastal hikes in Europe. It connects several breathtaking cliffs and secluded beaches and gets its name from the 7 valleys that hang above the ocean, offering dramatic drop-offs. If you're a nature lover or just want to take in some spectacular views, this hike is a must. Make sure that you're wearing comfortable shoes. Again, the shoes do not have to be hiking shoes. They could be just normal sports shoes, but they should be anti-slip. So, for example, shoes like these. Make sure you're carrying a bottle of water, certain snacks, because it's a minimum 2-hour trek one way. So, and there's not a lot of options on the way to eat. Make sure you're carrying your sunglasses, your sunscreen, and if you're doing this trek during the winters, make sure that you have layers because it's starting to get hot now. Well, it's been almost an hour since we started the trek, and I don't even think we finished like 1/5 of it because the views are so spectacular. We're stopping at every viewpoint, just soaking everything in, clicking pictures. Look for these signs when you're on the trek. These lines are marking the path. Carvoeiro Beach was another gem we almost missed because it's accessed through a tunnel. It's easy to overlook, so keep an eye out for the entrance. It's well worth the visit once you make your way down. Along the trail, you'll encounter fascinating sinkholes formed by centuries of erosion. While these natural depressions are stunning, it's recommended not to go too close to the edge as they can be unstable. There are wooden barriers in place to keep visitors safe, and it's important to respect these precautions for your safety. So we have taken a break at this really cool spot which has benches, and the view is breathtaking. I think this is probably the best lunch spot ever. So if you're carrying your lunch or sandwiches, you're eating here and looking at the view, it is gorgeous.
We're almost at the end of this hike, which we started from Marina Beach all the way to Centenias Beach. I think it's almost 5 kilometers of a stretch, and it took us about 4.5 hours. I think it took us longer just because the views here are absolutely immaculate.
After the trek, we took a cab back to Marina Beach to pick up our car and headed to Carvoeiro for a well-deserved lunch at our favorite Nepalese restaurant, which we'd already tried once before. After that, we relaxed at Carvoeiro Beach, soaking in another beautiful sunset before heading back to the resort to unwind by the pool and call it a night. On day 4, we woke up a bit early to enjoy the sunrise from the resort backyard, and it was the best sunrise we had seen for a while. Then we drove to what's considered one of the most beautiful beaches in Portugal, Praia de Falésia. Famous for its stunning red and orange cliffs that tower over the golden sands, this beach stretches over 6 kilometers, offering plenty of space to relax. Even though it was 17 degrees, the sun was comforting, so we spent a good 3 to 4 hours on the beach enjoying a good burk and soaking up some much needed vitamin D. Then we drove to Albufeira, which was about a 30-minute drive from the beach, and immediately grabbed something to eat. All the places that we ate at would be linked in the description below. Known for its vibrant nightlife and charming old town, Albufeira has a rich history that dates back to Roman times, when it was a strategic settlement known as Balthum. The town was later influenced by Moors and eventually became a prominent fishing village. Today, it's famous for its stunning beaches, whitewashed buildings, and narrow streets filled with restaurants and shops. It's also home to beautiful coastal cliffs and remains a blend of historical charm and lively atmosphere, making it a must-see in the Algarve. After relaxing on the beach, we took a stroll through the charming streets of Albufeira. We stumbled upon a lively food festival where we couldn't resist indulging in some delicious churros. To wrap up the day, we found a beautiful Italian restaurant for dinner and called it a night. Our last day in Algarve, and of course the entire trip isn't complete without seeing the Benagil Caves. We actually wanted to kayak to Benagil Caves on the second day of arrival, but due to heavy winds and tides, our plan was cancelled. In fact, all kayaks and boats were stopped for the following 2 days, and we were worried we might miss seeing the Benagil Caves. But thankfully, on the last day, we managed to book a speed boat for the tour. In fact, on the day of the speedboat, we got to know as of mid-August of 2024, the authorities officially restricted access to Benagil Caves, meaning you cannot swim to the cave, disembark on the beach inside, or freely explore it without a guided tour. Even people kayaking to Benagil Caves were not allowed to step in. So a big tip would be to plan for Benagil Caves early on during the trip so that in case the waves are high, you still have a few days to explore Benagil. Our guided speedboat tour started from Portimão and lasted about an hour and a half, covering some incredible highlights. Along the way, we passed landmarks like the Castle of Ferragodo, a 16th century fortress built to protect the mouth of the Arade River from pirate attacks, Carvoeiro Beach with its charming cliffside views, the dramatic rock formations of Algarve Seco, and the iconic Alfonsina lighthouse perched on the cliffs. We also explored several stunning sea caves before reaching the breathtaking Benagil Sea Cave. A word of caution, some people did get seasick during the tour, so our big advice is to avoid using any phone on the boat as much as possible and keep looking up at the horizon to stay steady. And that wraps up our 5-day trip to Algarve. We dropped off our car at Faro Airport and flew back to London in the afternoon. Visiting Algarve in winter was such an incredible experience. It felt even more special with fewer crowds and a peaceful vibe. Are you planning a trip to Algarve soon? Let us know if this itinerary helped and feel free to suggest any places you'd like us to cover in the future. Don't miss a video on Lisbon and Sintra, and stay tuned for an upcoming detailed guide on planning your trip to Lisbon and Algarve, including a breakdown of costs. Until then, don't forget to subscribe and we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.